I'm not like my dad. I'm smarter than him. Better than him.
The Tejada family issues keep growing each and every episode. One thing we know about the Tejadas, there's no one you can trust in this family, and making it to the top is your only goal in life. No matter if you're Diana in college, Drew in the streets, Kane working for Noma, everyone wants the top spot, and we just seen that Monet is about to insert herself back into the family business to potentially take over since Lorenzo is gone, and Drew is challenging the throne of Kane and going after that chain. Now before we jump into this and we break down what the Tejadas potentially are facing coming forward, if you're new to the channel, you like power content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions like this, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. Follow me on Instagram right here. Now the Tejadas, they're tiptoeing around. Everyone's making plays that no one knows about behind each other's back. And we know in the power universe, once you start crossing somebody else, they start crossing you. It's a tic-tac-toe board, and we're just waiting for someone to make that last connect and have 3 in a row. So let's jump into it. The Tejada issues moving forward. Something is telling me that once Lorenzo died, the downfall of the Tejada family has officially begun. But something inside keeps telling me also that it was already on the decline. And the reason I say that is because Lorenzo was running around keeping secrets that he killed Zeke, who was Monet's son, who was the kid's cousin / brother. Now, with all of this going on, we knew that Monet couldn't trust anybody. Monet was involved with Dante, got him up out of here. Lorenzo was holding $1 million. He took it to get out of jail via Diana. Diana and Monet don't get along. Kane and Monet don't get along. Drew and Monet don't get along. And now we're at the point where Drew and Kane, they don't get along, and Diana is behind their back, moving work for Tariq on campus, and this all started because of Lorenzo. So when you look at the web of Tejadas, it's a tough thing to imagine they made it this far, but they did. And right now it's about to get even crazier because we know that Monet told Drew not to do anything silly. The first thing Drew did was go and kill the Russian son and tell them that it was a Tejada, plus got the girl's number. So she knows his face, she may not know who he is. Now there was a shootout at the funeral. Do the Russians still know that it's the Tejadas, or is that the end of it? But we got a clip that dropped this week, and we see Tariq is talking to Tate about what potentially could be going down between the Russians and their shipment of guns. It's kind of ironic that Monet is telling Drew not to do anything stupid when all of this stupidness started because of her and taking out Lorenzo. Also by letting Gordo do it when she knows that Gordo is involved with Drew. Also in the trailer for episode 7, you see Gordo say, I'm gonna continue messing with Drew. You can't do anything about it. So now Monet's in a position where she's not gonna be able to make it out of this unless she can get some outside people. Now, when she goes to the outside to try to get help to cover up everything that Drew is doing, I'm thinking that's how Tariq got the information about the Russian drop. Monet came and said something so he can go tell Tate to help out with the Russians, because right now they don't have the manpower to go to war. Plus, Drew is out here basically a lone wolf doing his own thing, and Gordo's just falling behind him. But you can see Gordo is manipulating Monet because he killed Lorenzo. If the kids find out that Gordo killed Lorenzo because of Monet, they're going to be mad at her. So Monet put herself in the same position that Lorenzo was when it came that he killed Zeke and keeping it on the low. So right now in the Tejada household, it's like a mound of ants and you poured water on them. They're running around everywhere because at this point, no one knows what's going on. They just know it's survival mode. The issues don't just stop within the household. They also expand to Stansfield University. Now we know Poppy was working overtime for Kane because Kane owned him. He gave bricks to Diana and said, these are your last bricks and then you're out the game. Now Diana was on that VUCA with Tariq. Tariq got her back in the game and gave her the codes. Now the issue is she's been having, I won't call it beef, but turmoil with Effie because Effie and her, they got close last season and Effie told her not to mess with Tariq. Well, now she's back in the game and Effie is X'd out. She got the work from Tariq and she got the codes to the other lockers. Now, is there going to be issues with Effie potentially telling on Diana to get back at Tariq? That could be one problem. And not only that, we know that there's a photo of Diana on the roof dealing drugs that Jenny and Blanca have. So Diana could be the piece that actually starts to bring this whole organization down. And that's one reason why Monet is asking Tariq for help to potentially get Tate to get the Russians off their back. Because with all the eyes in the streets on a big bus like that, the DEA, the DA, they're not going to be able to have time for little Diana's drugs. But it looks like there's a potential raid that might be coming down. So right now, everything the Tejadas are doing, it looks like in episode 7 is going to backfire on. We got the Russian war. That's Drew. We got Kane and his issues within the family. That's because he's a Tejada. Diana on campus, and now Monet's trying to insert herself back into the business, and no one knows that Diana is working with Tariq behind all of their backs. So what do you think will happen if Monet finds out that Diana's working with Tariq when Tariq is supposed to be helping Monet by getting rid of the Russians? You see what I'm saying? And now Kane is also helping Effie out behind Tariq's back. Now that Kane is getting pushed outside of the Tejada family, because you remember Monet stepped up and said, we're doing with Drew. He put the plan in place. We're going to go ahead and follow that. He needs some extra help. Now he has the Jamaica Ave boys. But if you can remember, Obi told Tariq everyone needs to come to this meeting. Now everyone's family is still in jeopardy. Diana, Brayden, because Tariq got rid of grandma. But one thing Kane did do was not mess up the business. He needed someone else to help push his work out because Lorenzo is dead and he was working overtime. So he comes to Effie. Now this relationship between them two, we're going to start seeing grow a little bit more, just for the simple fact they're both the same way. Now Kane, it appears that he has feelings for Effie. Effie, we know she's an opportunist. This could potentially mess up everything internally with the business working for Noma, because Tariq and Kane already got into it once about Effie. Effie got pushed out by Tariq. She ain't got no work. And now half the lockers are being used by Diana, and Effie is the one that's seen the camera on the wall. Now, is she going to tell Kane about this, or is she going to let it keep going down and end up telling on Diana to get her out the game, eliminate the competition, even though they're all partners trying to sell the same product? Tell on Diana, get her out of here, and that could be the reason why we see the raid happening, because they have the pictures, and we know that Effie is the one that allegedly killed Lauren. So if the police are on her, is she going to give up information about Diana, which is going to make Tariq upset because that's Tariq's work, make Kane upset because that's his sister, make Monet upset because that's her daughter? At this point, we don't really know with Effie, but Kane is messing up by bringing her in the organization because he likes her and he needs that extra work moved. With Kane and Drew at odds, going for the #1 spot in the family, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because you still had the outside influence on Drew coming from Gordo. Gordo runs the 4Gs, him and Drew are messing around, and right now, Drew has potentially created a war. So I don't know where it's going to lead. I don't think the brothers are going to come to blows like that, but I know that they're going to clash a lot, and especially bringing Monet back into the business. I don't know how she'll fit in, for the simple fact that this is Noma's product. This is not anything that Kane or anybody has control over. So the Tejadas, let me know how you think they're going to move into these next couple of episodes. Is Monet really going to have to pick and choose between which son to be in charge? Or is Kane going to have to go off and do his own thing, keep the condo, and have the Jamaica Ave boys up under him? Let me know what you think. I'm Monet J. Tejada family household, it's always something. There's never a smooth day in that family. And right now we got a war and we got internal beef going on. Plus we got to protect little sister Diana because she's wilding out. I'm Monet J. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.